Hi, I'm John Himmelman, and I write and illustrate children's books. And I wrote and illustrated a picture book called The Boy Who Lived in a Shell. And it's Snippets for Wandering Minds is the subtitle. It's published by Holiday House. It's the Margaret Ferguson imprint. She was my editor on this. And it's long for a picture book. It's 126 pages. But it's filled with some of the shortest stories I've ever written. Some are just a few sentences long. And that can be a challenge, trying to tell a full story in as few words as possible. But I wanted to create a collection of stories that the reader could just pick up whenever they want to and leave off wherever they want to and come back to it whenever they want to. There's no pressure to finish the book. And we're calling these stories story poems because they're kind of poemy or poemish or poemly. And they're also little mini stories. So at some point it occurred to me that I wanted to tie these stories together somehow. And I asked myself where these stories could come from. And some of these stories are a little sad. Some of them are silly. Most of them are silly. Some are adventurous, like the girl who ended up on one of Jupiter's moons because she's just always getting lost. But the first page pretty much sets up how I'm tying these together. So, The Boy Who Lived in a Shell. Evo lived in an empty moon snail shell on a beach of sand until a wave carried him away. He now lives in an empty moon snail shell on the sea. He was scared at first, but he grew to love it so, as the stories he wrote will show. Here are some. So, I'll do the first story. I'll do the first two stories. How's that? I'm not going to read the whole book because it's just too long. I only have a couple minutes to do this to give you a taste. So the first one is the Rumple Twins. The Rumple Twins lived in a tree. They ate there, they read there, they wept there, they slept there. They never, ever left that tree until one day. Nope, they're still up there. Let me do the next story. Bombo the Giant. Now, we revisit Bombo a few times in this book. Bombo the Giant Baby was too big for his cradle. Bombo the Giant Boy was too big for his house. Bombo the Giant Man was too big for Earth. He just wanted to fit in the place where he lived. Bombo moved to the sun. It was a bit hot. It was, to be honest, dry. It sure was bright, but it was bigger than he was, which is all Bombo ever wanted. And there he is, getting bigger and bigger. And he just gets bigger and bigger and bigger throughout the book. Let me read another sample here. So there's several segments with Toby and Pip, two dogs that are schnauzers. Based on my dogs, I've got a couple of schnauzers that get separated, and then throughout the book we revisit and they're trying to find their way back together again. But here's where it begins. Toby and Pip. Toby and Pip, two of the best of dogs. Toby loves his sister Pip. Pip loves her brother Toby. One day, a kindly woman took Pip to live with her. Toby missed Pip a lot. He missed Pip a lot every single day. Every single day. Not all stories are happy ones. All right, so maybe we could revisit Toby and Pip. All right, let's do this one here. So a little bit further in the book, Pip escapes. I miss Toby. Where is my brother? Pip slipped out through an open window. She ran all day. She ran all night. And so did Pip. At last they would be together again. Run, run, run. But they ran right past each other. Oh, those poor dogs. Sometimes stories make you think something good will happen, but then it doesn't. So close, so close. Don't worry, it'll be a happy ending. All right, one more. I got time for one more. Let's see. Let's do the troll. I like the troll story. 'Neath Bone Butter Bridge there lived a troll. If someone crossed, he'd growl, "Be off me bridge, or I'll eat ye up." So the village built another bridge, right next to the troll's, but not too close. The troll watched everyone cross the new bridge. He did not like having no one to growl at. Then one day, brave Sir Kevin arrived on his shining steed. This time, The troll did not growl, "Be off me bridge, or I'll eat ye up." This time he was polite and said nothing, though he still ate brave Sir Kevin. Trolls will be trolls, I guess. So I'll leave you with that, and I'd love to hear what you think of these story poems. You can visit my website at johnhimmelman.com to see the best way to get in touch with me. So thank you for listening. Happy reading, happy life.